Welcome back to Virtual Stoic. What if I told you that the secret to truly finding yourself lies in disappearing, not physically but mentally and emotionally? This isn't about running away or vanishing into thin air. It's about retreating from the chaos, stepping away from the distractions and breaking free from the expectations that consume your time and energy. A few years ago, I felt completely lost. Maybe you felt that way too. Every day felt like running on a treadmill, constantly moving but getting nowhere. Between work, social media, and the endless race to keep up, I was disconnected from myself. I was drowning in a sea of expectations that weren't even my own. One night, as I scrolled mindlessly through my phone, I caught myself comparing my life to strangers. Their success, their joy, it all made me feel smaller, insignificant. That's when a question hit me like a lightning bolt. Whose life am I living? I realized I was living for others, chasing approval, striving for validation and molding myself into someone I thought I should be. It wasn't just exhausting, it was suffocating. So I made a choice. Quietly, without announcement or permission, I started pulling back, little by little. I logged off social media for a week. I replaced mindless scrolling with journaling every morning. I carved out time to ask myself the tough questions. Who am I? What do I want? Questions I had ignored for years. At first it was uncomfortable. The silence felt strange, almost unsettling. But over time, something incredible happened. I started hearing a voice I hadn't heard in years. My own. That simple, intentional decision to disappear changed my life. It wasn't about abandoning my responsibilities or running from the world. It was about creating space to rediscover myself. And now, I want to share that journey with you. If you've been feeling lost, overwhelmed, or trapped by the patterns of your life, disappearing, mentally retreating, might be the first step to transforming everything. By the end of this video, you'll see that disappearing isn't about hiding. It's about stepping back so you can move forward with clarity and purpose. It's about tuning out the noise to focus on what truly matters. So are you ready to take that first step? Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss videos like this. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Escaping the trap of a stuck life. Why does life often feel like you're spinning your wheels, trying everything but still getting nowhere? It's not that you're not trying hard enough, it's that your energy is being pulled in too many directions. In today's world, feeling stuck has become the norm. Every day begins with a sense of urgency. You wake up already behind, rushing to catch up on emails, messages, and deadlines. Before you've even had time to think about your priorities, you're sucked into the endless scroll of social media. The curated highlight reels of others' lives make you question your own, leaving you feeling inadequate and out of place. But here's the truth. The problem isn't you, it's the environment you're in. The world today is designed to keep you distracted. Social media, for example, isn't just a harmless tool. It's engineered to consume your attention with every scroll, every like, and every notification. Each of these offers a temporary hit of dopamine, a momentary sense of satisfaction, but leaves you emptier in the long run. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But how can you access that power when your mind is constantly flooded with noise and distractions? The problem isn't just external distractions, it's what they steal from you. Every time you compare yourself to someone else's life, you lose sight of your vision. Every time you say yes to things you don't care about, you say no to opportunities that could have brought true meaning. Over time, these small compromises add up, leaving you overwhelmed, overworked, and completely disconnected from what truly matters. Society doesn't help. It places invisible rules and expectations on us. By a certain age, you're supposed to have this career, that house, or those relationships. When you fall short of these arbitrary milestones, it's easy to feel like you're failing. But what if the real issue isn't failure? What if you've simply been chasing the wrong goals all along? Imagine your mind as a garden. Left untended, it becomes overrun with weeds, self-doubt, distraction, and societal pressure. These weeds choke out the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. The longer you let them grow, the harder it becomes to see the vibrant, thriving life underneath. The good news? You can take control. But it requires something radical, stepping back. Not forever, but just long enough to reset and rediscover what truly matters to you. It starts with recognizing that the life you're living may not even be your own. It might be a patchwork of expectations, comparisons, and habits that you've inherited without ever questioning them. To move forward, you need to retreat, not to run away, but to create space for clarity. Stop reacting to the world around you and start listening to the world within you. You may not be able to eliminate distractions and pressures overnight, but you can choose how much power you give them. This is the first step in transforming your life, to deliberately disappear, not in the literal sense, but mentally and emotionally. Step away from the noise, reclaim your energy, and begin to nurture the things that truly matter. Chapter 2. The Power of Disappearing. What does it truly mean to disappear? It's not about vanishing completely or abandoning your responsibilities. Disappearing is a deliberate retreat from the noise, distractions, and expectations that dominate your life. It's about creating an intentional space to rediscover yourself, step back from the chaos, and move closer to clarity and transformation. The decision to disappear starts with understanding its purpose. In today's world, where endless notifications, social media, and external demands flood your mind, it's almost impossible to hear your inner voice. That voice, the one that knows your true desires, is drowned out by the constant barrage of input. Disappearing is your way of reclaiming your focus, tuning out the noise, and reconnecting with your core. But let's be clear, disappearing isn't about isolation or running away. It's about courage, the courage to confront yourself and step away from the constant performance society demands. We've been conditioned to believe that staying connected, visible, and busy equates to success. Social media fuels this illusion, rewarding us with likes and followers as if they define our worth. But visibility and validation are not the same as growth. The more you invest your energy in pleasing others and maintaining appearances, the less you have for genuine self-transformation. How much of your life is dictated by the opinions and expectations of others? How often do you make decisions not because they align with your values, but because you think they'll impress someone else? Disappearing is about breaking free from that cycle and permitting yourself to step back, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. So, what happens when you choose to disappear? Something remarkable. You begin to see what truly matters. By cutting back on distractions, you gain clarity on your values, goals, and desires. Free from the grip of comparison and the need for external validation, you can start living authentically. This process creates space for real growth. Like pruning a tree, where cutting back unnecessary branches allows healthy new growth to flourish. Even Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood this. Despite being one of the most powerful men in history, he emphasized the value of solitude and stepping back to reflect. If someone with the weight of an empire on their shoulders found strength in disappearing, why shouldn't you? So how do you begin? Start small. You don't need to upend your life overnight. Take 2 days to disconnect from social media and other digital distractions. Use that time to journal, reflect, or simply enjoy the quiet. Let people know you're taking time for yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Even carving out 10 minutes of solitude each morning or evening can be transformative. These small steps may seem insignificant, but they're incredibly powerful. Each one is a statement that you value your time, your energy, and your growth. Think about the stories of transformation you admire. Nearly every great journey of change begins with a retreat, a step back to refocus and rebuild. Consider J.K. Rowling, who spent years writing in solitude before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. By stepping away from external pressures, she created something extraordinary. Your transformation doesn't have to be as dramatic, but the principle remains the same. Disappearing gives you the space to recalibrate, refocus, and return stronger than ever. It's easy to stay busy, visible, and distracted, but true courage lies in stepping back, in saying, "I need this time for myself," no matter how it looks to others. Disappearing isn't a sign of weakness, it's a testament to your strength. It shows you're willing to face the silence, embrace solitude, and embark on the journey of transformation. Chapter 3. Transforming through reflection. True transformation begins in silence. When you remove distractions and grant yourself the gift of stillness, you create the ideal conditions for deep reflection. Reflection isn't just a passive activity, it's an active journey inward, a process of uncovering truths about who you are, what you want, and what's holding you back. It's within this quiet space of honesty that transformation takes root. Imagine trying to navigate a ship through foggy waters. Without clear visibility, you risk drifting aimlessly, wasting time and energy. Reflection acts as the beacon that clears the fog, helping you understand where you are and chart a meaningful path forward. But why is it so hard to reflect? Modern life discourages stillness. We're constantly told to keep moving, keep achieving, and keep chasing the next thing. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his soul." Reflection creates this retreat, a sacred space where you can pause, take inventory of your life, and uncover the patterns that keep you stuck. You don't need elaborate rituals or tools to reflect. All you need is a quiet space and a willingness to be honest with yourself. Journaling is one of the most powerful tools for self-reflection. It slows down your thoughts and allows you to articulate your emotions. Start by asking yourself tough questions. What do I truly want in life? What am I holding on to that no longer serves me? What would my ideal day look like? Write freely without worrying about grammar or structure. The act of putting pen to paper is transformative in itself. Meditation is another tool for reflection. It isn't about emptying your mind, it's about observing it. Sit in silence for 5-10 minutes, focusing on your breath. When thoughts arise, notice them without judgment and let them pass. This practice helps develop clarity and emotional resilience over time. Daily check-ins are also essential. Dedicate 5 minutes at the end of each day to reflect. What went well today? What could I have done differently? How did I honor my goals or values today? These small acts of reflection build awareness and help you make intentional choices rather than reacting to life's chaos. Reflection is like holding up a mirror to your life. While it's not always easy to look into, it reveals the truth. That truth becomes the foundation for growth. Through reflection, you'll discover what you truly want, not what others expect from you. You'll identify the habits or relationships that are draining your energy, and you'll uncover the fears or invisible barriers keeping you from transformation. Reflection brings these truths to the surface, where you can finally address them. It's uncomfortable at times, but as the saying goes, growth begins at the edge of your comfort zone. Reflection isn't just about gaining awareness, it's about using that awareness to take action. Identify 3 areas of your life where you'd like to see change: health, relationships, or career, for instance. Write them down and start small. If you want to improve your health, commit to drinking more water or taking a daily walk. If you want to advance in your career, spend 15 minutes each day learning a new skill. Track your progress in a journal. Reflect on what's working, what isn't, and how you can adjust. This keeps you accountable and focused. The ancient Stoics emphasized daily reflection as a cornerstone of their philosophy. Marcus Aurelius used his journal to reflect on his thoughts, actions, and intentions, not for an audience but for himself. He would ask, "What did I do well today? Where did I fall short and why? How can I do better tomorrow?" This practice wasn't about self-criticism but growth. By reflecting daily, you create a feedback loop that helps you make better choices over time. Transformation requires honesty. It's tempting to tell yourself comforting lies to avoid confronting uncomfortable truths. But honesty is the foundation of growth. When you're willing to face the truth, no matter how messy it feels, you give yourself the power to change it. Reflection is your tool for honesty, a way to strip away the noise and reconnect with what's real. I challenge you to dedicate 10 minutes today to reflection. Write, meditate, or sit in silence. Ask yourself one powerful question. What is one thing I need to let go of to move forward? Don't rush the answer. Sit with it, let it unfold, and trust that clarity will come. Reflection is the mirror through which you see your life. Over time, as you polish that mirror, the image becomes clearer, revealing the path forward. Embrace the discomfort, for within it lies the seed of transformation. Chapter 4. Rebuilding from the ground up. Disappearing and reflecting are the first crucial steps in the journey of transformation. But what comes next is the hard, deliberate work of rebuilding. This is where true change begins. Not through sudden, sweeping actions, but through small, consistent steps that align your life with your core values and goals. Think of your life as a house. For years, you've been piling things onto a shaky foundation. Other people's expectations, distractions, and habits that no longer serve you. To rebuild, you must tear down the unstable parts and construct something stronger, brick by brick. Transformation starts in the mind. If your thoughts remain rooted in old patterns, no external change will last. The first step is to let go of external validation. The need for constant approval is a cage that traps you and prevents true freedom. Ask yourself, if no one were watching, what would I do differently? Adopt a growth-oriented perspective. Mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. As the Stoic Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Next, you must focus on developing new habits, as they form the structure of your life. Habits dictate how you spend your time, energy, and attention. If you want to become the best version of yourself, you need habits that support your goals. Start with foundational habits like your morning routine. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything else. Create a routine that prioritizes clarity and focus. For example, wake up without checking your phone, spend 10 minutes journaling or meditating, and move your body, even if it's just a short stretch or walk. Plan your day with intention. Your body is the engine of your transformation. Treat it well by eating nourishing, whole foods and staying hydrated. Prioritize sleep quality. Rest is non-negotiable. Growth requires learning, so dedicate time each day to improving a skill or exploring a passion. This doesn't have to be for work or anyone else. Choose something that excites and challenges you. Rebuilding your life also means protecting your energy. Say no to things that drain you, and yes to those that align with your values. Remember, every yes is a no to something else. Once your mindset and habits are in place, it's time to connect with your why. Purpose is the roof that protects and gives meaning to everything you've built. To find your purpose, reflect on these questions. What brings me joy? What challenges am I willing to endure for the sake of growth? How can I use my strengths to make an impact? Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It just needs to matter to you. Maybe it's raising a family, creating art, or building a career you're proud of. Purpose gives direction to your actions and helps you navigate challenges with resilience. Transformation isn't a single event, it's a process of daily commitment. Small actions repeated consistently create big results over time. Take Oprah as an example. Before becoming a media mogul, Oprah faced countless rejections and setbacks. Her success didn't happen overnight. It was the result of years of consistent effort and self-belief. Now imagine your life a year from now if you start today. The small changes you make now could lead to a completely different reality. Rebuilding your life is like tending to a garden. First, clear out the weeds, distractions, bad habits, and limiting beliefs. Then plant seeds, new habits, goals, and values. Finally, nurture those seeds with consistent effort and care. At first, the changes might seem small, almost invisible. But with patience and persistence, your garden will flourish. Rebuilding is hard work. It requires discipline, patience, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. But the reward is worth it. A life that feels authentic, purposeful, and aligned with who you truly are. Start today. Choose one habit to build, one mindset shift to embrace, or one boundary to set. Focus on progress, not perfection, and remember that rebuilding doesn't happen overnight. But every brick you lay brings you closer to the life you deserve. The journey you've taken, from disappearing to transforming, isn't easy. It requires courage, patience, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. But the reward is undeniable. A life that feels aligned, purposeful, and authentically yours. Now it's your turn. What's one step you can take today to begin your transformation? Maybe it's taking a break from social media, starting a journal, or dedicating time to reflect on your goals. Whatever it is, commit to it. I challenge you to disappear, not forever, but for long enough to reset, refocus, and reconnect with yourself. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to commit to your journey. Write "I'm ready" in the comments as a sign of your decision to step back and transform. And remember, the world doesn't need a louder version of you. It needs the truest version of you. The version that's aligned, focused, and unapologetically authentic. Chapter 5. Stepping into a new life. After disappearing, reflecting, and rebuilding, the final phase of transformation is stepping into the new life you've created. This is the moment when all the work you've done up to this point pays off. Stepping into a new life isn't just about embracing the changes you've made. It's about owning them and becoming fully aligned with the person you've worked so hard to become. The first step is to embrace your new identity. You've shed old habits, let go of limiting beliefs, and restructured your life to support your goals and values. Now you must allow yourself to fully step into this new version of yourself. This isn't always easy. There will be moments when you feel imposter syndrome, when doubt creeps in, and when the old version of you tries to make a comeback. But remember, change is a process, and it's natural to feel uncomfortable as you step into a new identity. The key is to persist. One of the greatest challenges in stepping into a new life is to detach from your past self. Your old identity may have been tied to certain relationships, routines, or even material possessions. The people around you might resist your transformation, or they might not understand the changes you've made. But this is where you need to trust yourself. Transformation often means letting go of relationships or situations that no longer serve you. It means accepting that some people might not understand or support your growth, and that's okay. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, talked about accepting what you cannot control. You cannot control the opinions of others, but you can control your actions, your focus, and your purpose. Stepping into your new life means accepting that not everyone will approve of your decisions, and that's part of the journey. What matters most is how you feel about your decisions and the direction you're heading. Living authentically requires courage. When you live authentically, you stop seeking external validation and start living according to your internal compass. You stop playing a role or performing for others and start showing up as your true self. But this can be intimidating, especially in a world that values visibility and approval. The pressure to fit in, to follow the crowd, to be liked. These are the things that often hold us back from embracing our true selves. To step into your new life, you must commit to your happiness, your growth, and your well-being. This means making difficult decisions that might disappoint others, but will ultimately serve your greater purpose. It's about choosing your values over comfort and security. It's about setting boundaries that protect your energy and mental health. You may have to confront deep-seated fears. Many of us hold on to fears of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of not being good enough. But the truth is, these fears are often just stories we tell ourselves. When you step into a new life, you're essentially rewriting your story. You are stepping into your power, breaking free from the narratives that have kept you stuck, and choosing to write a new chapter for yourself. It's important to stay committed to the process of continuous growth. Transformation isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing journey. Even after stepping into a new life, you will continue to evolve. The key is to stay true to your purpose, continue learning, and remain open to new experiences and challenges. By doing so, you ensure that your transformation is sustainable and that your new life aligns with your deepest values. Remember that stepping into a new life requires both vulnerability and strength. Vulnerability to allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are, and strength to stand firm in your decisions and the path you've chosen. This is a life you are creating for yourself, one that is not defined by others' expectations or societal pressures, but by your desires, dreams, and purpose. As you take this step, it's essential to honor the journey you've been on. Reflect on how far you've come. Look back at the work you've done to disappear, reflect, rebuild, and now step into the life you've created. Each stage has led you to this moment of profound change, and you should be proud of the person you are becoming. So what does this new life look like? It's a life where you wake up with intention, where you live each day aligned with your values, and where you continually grow and evolve. It's a life where you prioritize your well-being, where you make decisions that honor your true self, and where you trust yourself to face whatever challenges come your way. Stepping into your new life is not about perfection. It's about being present, being honest, and being true to who you are. The work you've done up to this point has given you the tools, the clarity, and the confidence to live authentically. Now it's time to take that leap and fully embrace the life that you've worked so hard to create. As you take this step, remember that this is just the beginning. Transformation is not a destination, it's a journey. And every step you take forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you've always desired. The world needs your true self, your authentic voice, and your unique gifts. Step into your new life with courage, knowing that the best version of you is already here. Thank you for joining me on this journey of transformation. If you've taken anything away from today's video, I hope it's understanding that real change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a series of small intentional steps that lead to a life of purpose, authenticity, and alignment with who you truly are. If you're ready to begin your transformation, remember to start small. Disappear for a moment to reflect, rebuild with consistency, and finally step into the life that feels true to you. You've already taken the first step by watching this video, and I'm confident that you're on the path to something great. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might need a little push in the right direction. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let me know how you're planning to step into your new life. Remember, the world doesn't need a louder version of you. It needs the truest version of you. Stay focused, stay authentic, and keep moving forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.